Hey guys, I'm Jigglez and welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial is a special occasion for Halloween, where I'll be showing you how to get this beautiful cut crease Elven inspired cosplay makeup and hair look. I think this look is a really pretty idea for a Halloween party. It would also be really cute for a boho or festival look. If you'd like to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. So I'm going to be starting off with some colour correcting, grabbing my NYX full coverage concealer in orange, and placing that on my dark circles, then blending it out with a wet beauty sponge. So this is just going to help hide my dark circles some more, because sometimes they can pop through even after foundation and concealer. Then I'll be taking this new product that I bought. It's Maybelline Age Rewind The Lifter. It's both a foundation and a primer together. It doesn't have the most amazing coverage, but I love using it as a base for my foundation. For foundation, I'm using this Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour Foundation. I do find that this foundation can be really drying on the skin and doesn't give a really soft effect. So to counteract that, I'm just going to add some argan oil onto my sponge and blend that out. For brows, I'm using the BYS Brow Definition Kit. Combing through my brows first just to remove any product that may have built from the oils in the foundation. Popping in the wax onto my brow first. Then mixing the black and the brown colour together. And I know I'm going to be doing my brows a little strangely today, but I want everything to be really sharp. So I'm overdrawing the arch on my brow to make it really pointy on top. Then just filling them in and feathering out the front. And with a flat brush, I'm picking up some concealer just to clean up the edges, as well as to pop that onto my eyelid to prime my eyes. Moving on to highlight and contour, I'll be highlighting my face with my favourite drugstore concealer, which is this Maybelline Age Rewind Dark Circle Concealer. I'm highlighting under my eyes, my forehead, nose, chin, and slightly on my cheeks. And then to contour, I'm using this Models Prefer contouring stick. I am going to go a little heavier on the contour than what I usually would, because I'm trying to change my face shape to make it look more angular. So I'm giving my chin more precision by bringing it up on the sides. And for my nose contour, I'm going to be drawing an upside down triangle. This will make my nose appear more button nosy. It'll make it appear pointier, which is a strange thing to want, but it's kind of going to go with the whole look. I'm even contouring on the sides of my mouth because this will make my lips appear as if they're pointier on the top. I know it looks super weird right now, but it all will make sense very shortly. So I'm starting to blend out the highlight first, blending it out with a wet beauty sponge. The reason why I start blending the highlight first is because I don't want the contour to mix in with the highlight and affect the colour of it. Then just blending out my nose with my finger, just to get the most amount of precision. To set the highlighter, I'll be using this Face of Australia translucent powder, baking under my eyes, then lightly putting some onto my nose, my forehead, chin and upper lip. Then for my cheekbones, because I want to create some really sharp lines, I'm grabbing this wedge sponge, stamping the translucent powder down my cheekbones to create a really sharp edge. Putting some onto my smile lines to make sure that that also doesn't crease, and then just letting that set for 5 minutes. Instead of using a big fluffy brush to wipe all that away, I'm grabbing this stippling brush and actually pressing the powder into my skin and allowing the brush to pick up any excess powder. And to set the rest of my face, I'm using this Australis Fresh and Flawless Foundation Pressed Powder and just working that all over my skin. Next I'll be moving on to the contour powder, and for this I'll be using the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette, mixing the middle bottom shades together and just going back and forth on my cheeks and making sure that I'm creating really defined lines. This is going to help slim my face down and also make it appear as though I have more prominent cheekbones, intensifying the contour of my forehead as well as my jawline, my nose contour, then picking up a smaller brush, mixing the two same shades and just defining that line right in the center of my nose there, and redefining that upside down triangle. See how it just totally brings it up and makes it look like, I don't know, it just looks pointier. It's awesome. Then using the NYX Dewy Setting Spray to set my face before putting on highlighter, because this will make the highlighter really intense and really pop. The highlighter that I'm using is this really amazing highlighter. It's the W7 Glow Commotion highlighter, and it was like $5. $5 from Chemist Warehouse, like, WTF. My new favourite drugstore highlighter. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. I reckon I use this on a daily basis. That glow is just insane. Finally, I get to play with this amazing BYS Berries palette. I'm so excited about this palette. Whew. Anyway, picking up the colour Toffee and popping that into my crease. But instead of following my natural crease shape, I'm actually drawing like an S shape, if that makes any sense. So flicking it out towards my eyebrow at the very end. Then picking up both Majestic and Royalty and defining that shape some more. So I'm just creating a guide to the shape that I want, and later on I'll clean it up. Then on a precise crease brush, I'm grabbing Shaded and darkening the bottom half of this shape, making sure it's blended really well. And with a clean blending brush, I'm blending all these colours together and continuing this shape for the entire process. And with a tiny precision brush and a lack of coordination, I'm going back into my BYS Brow Definition Kit and picking up the black shade and using this to really define where I want my new crease to be. Then once I'm happy with the way that looks, I'm grabbing my clean blending brush again and just blending it all together. Using this spot liner brush, I'm just picking up that black shadow from the Brow Definition Kit again and really carving out the final shape. I don't want the line to be too harsh just yet, so I'm just blending it out some more and then going back and picking up Shaded and just working that over the line I created. To carve out the crease, I'm using this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in medium on a big flat brush. I personally like to start the concealer off close to my lash line so I can make sure that I've got an even distribution of colour and can dip back into that and spread that across and just really precisely carving out exactly where I want my new crease to start and finish. Being really careful with where I'm placing it and building the colour up, making sure there's enough product on the tip so it's not feathering out, and just following that shape right across. On top of the concealer, I'm going to use Radiance, which is this beautiful white shimmer colour, and using that to set the concealer I've popped all over my lid, and then picking up the same shade on this tiny flat brush just to make sure that it's been set all the way up to the line. I'm going to add some BYS shimmer powder in Bronze Treasure just to give it some more sparkle. So putting that all over the white and just trying to pack that on as much as possible. First eyeliner I'm using is this Essence Waterproof Eyeliner Pen, just drawing on the back of my hand just to make sure enough product is coming out. Doing a little wing, trying to keep it in the same direction as the top part. Then continuing the liner all the way down into my inner corner. The next eyeliner I'm going to be using, which I'm really excited about, is this e.l.f. eyeliner in black. I'm so used to saying in coffee because it's what I usually use for my brows. However, I decided to pick one up in black just to see how it works as an eyeliner. So I'm using this on my bottom lash line, winging out the front, tracing my bottom lashes, and then flicking it out in the opposite direction at the end. Then just going over with the liner until I'm happy with the darkness of it. Then joining these two corners together and realizing I was really unhappy with the shape that I created. So just rubbed that off and rubbed and rubbed and rubbed it off. And trying that again. This time it turned out much better. Next up is this NYX White Liquid Liner. I've seen quite a lot of YouTubers use this in their tutorials, so I picked one up and wanted to give it a shot. At first I thought it was really cool because it was very, very white, but after it dried, it started cracking and it didn't matter how I applied it, it wouldn't stop cracking. I traced out the inner corner and also a little bit on the back end. Grabbed a normal white pencil, filled in my waterline, and then realized the more I was filling in, the more the NYX liquid liner was just coming off. It was just cracking and peeling off. I wasn't overly impressed with that, so I just went over it with the white pencil. Then grabbed some more of the black e.l.f. liner and just fixed up the shape. Whew, nearly done with the eyes. I'm just popping on some telescopic mascara in extra black on both my top lashes and my bottom lashes before I put on some falsies. I wanted to give the new crease some more definition, so I'm just going back to the BYS Brow Definition Kit, picking up that black shade again and just really precisely going over the line we created. The falsies that I'm going to be using today are these Glam by Manicure falsies in 21 Jessica. Popping a little bit of duo glue onto my hand, and with a really thin line brush, I'm just spreading the glue thinly and evenly on the back of the strip, waiting 30 seconds for them to dry, and then securing them on with some tweezers. Fixing up any glue marks with the eyeliner again. And bam! The eyes are done. But first, we've got to highlight our inner corners. So just by picking up Radiance again, popping that in right down to the bottom of our new tear ducts, as well as highlighting the brow bone. Then setting these pointy ass brows into place with this Rimmel Brow This Way Styling Gel in Clear. The reason why I set my brows after doing my eye makeup is because if by some unknown chance of my uncoordination get concealer or any other type of product onto my brows, at least I can go over them and then set them when I'm finished. Moving on to lips, I'm using this NYX retractable lip pencil in Natural, overlining my lips. As I want to keep my lips to a bare minimum today, I'm just going to stick to using 2 liners as I don't want my lips to take away from my eye makeup. Then using Rimmel Lasting Finish in Indian Pink and just popping that right in the center of my mouth. And just to give some added moisture as well as to blend the colours together, I'm using the Sukin Argan Oil just on top and blending that all through. Then going over the colours just to intensify them a little bit more. And now this is where the fun begins. Going back to my NYX white liquid liner, popping 3 dots underneath my eyes on both sides. Trying to draw a straight line, and I realized that was much harder than I expected. So just by doing really small movements, just trying to create that line. Then drawing another line on top of it. But was really not happy with the application of this. But anyway, it'll do. Then drawing a line straight down the center of my mouth. I love the fact that this made my lips appear bigger too. It was like, yay, 2 birds, 1 stone. And just thickening that up until I was happy with it, but I was definitely not happy with it. Grabbing some concealer and just cleaning up the middle of those 2 lines to make them more even. This liquid liner was killing me. It was like drying on my lips and making it really tough. So I just scratched some of it off because apparently that was easier to do. And just finishing off the makeup with some NYX Dewy setting spray. And just assisting in the air drying process. Then moving on to hair. I'm going to curl my hair and add my extensions real quick. And also change my shirt so I don't ruin my hair once it's finished. Alright, so for this hairstyle, I'm grabbing a section from the top and do a really quick plait. It's what I call a plait. Maybe some people call it a braid. Do we all know how to do braids? Well, it's the most simplest way I can put it. You start off with 3 sections and you're always either going to go from either the left side going over or under the middle to the middle, while the middle section goes to the left, and then the right side going over or under the middle to the middle, and the middle section goes to the right. And you pretty much repeat that the whole way down the hair. Then once I get down to the end, I'm just going to tie it up with a small elastic rubber band and repeat that on the other side. I sincerely hope that made sense. You're pretty much always replacing the middle with either the left side or the right side. Does that make any sense? I hope so. This one's for you, Beige. So continue that all the way down the hair section, but this time when I get to the bottom, instead of tying that section by itself, I'm actually going to tie those 2 together in the back. Making sure the top looks good. I don't mind if it's being a little bit messy. Then I'm actually going to do the same thing in just a section lower than the first braid or plait. Tie that one by itself. And the other side again. This time I will secure this one by itself, because what I want to do is when I bring them to the back, now that I have 3 sections, is I'm actually going to plait the 3 together. Then secure that with an elastic band and fix up the top just by pulling any hairs just to make it a little bit looser, because I don't want it to sit too flat on top. Then in the bottom section of my hair, grabbing a big chunk of hair and making sure I grab some extension too. Just going to do one really large plait. So before I tie the end up, I'm just pinching the bottom just to hold it into place while I pinch each individual group of hair in the plait just to loosen it up. This creates this really beautiful boho sort of plait. No hair ties were harmed in the making of this video. And tie the whole look together, I bought this really beautiful head jewellery from Lovisa. Just pop that straight on top, making sure it's sitting the way that I want to, and fixing up my hair that needs adjusting. And here's the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and that you learned something new. I would love to know if any of you decided to recreate this look. Don't forget to tag me. You can find me on Instagram as Jigglez Beauty. I hope that you have a really awesome Halloween and you enjoy the festivities. But don't get too sick from eating all the candy. If you did like this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel and come and stalk me on all my social media. Mwah!